What's going on, everybody? Back with a brand new video, and I came across these comments, rather interesting comments, from Kendrick Perkins. And he's talking about LeBron James, his career, and that he actually needs to retire. So, without further ado, I'm going to let you hear what Kendrick Perkins had to say about LeBron James.
Will retire. Not because I don't want to see more of LeBron James, not because I don't appreciate LeBron James, but I honestly believe deep down inside, the more LeBron James continue to play the game of basketball, the more it's going to hurt his legacy, and the more it's going to continue to hurt his GOAT argument. Because as long as he step foot on that floor, every single season, it's going to be expectations of him of winning a championship. And when he don't do that, we're going to be looking at him and saying, well, what happened now? The coach that you bring in, if they don't make it to the finals or the Western Conference Finals, who's going to be to blame then? I have a problem, man.
So there you have the comments from Kendrick Perkins, and basically what he's saying is, if we're to take the word of what Rich Paul has to say, you've played, by the time it's all said and done, potentially 23, 24 seasons, and you've only been able to win 4 championships. Well, yeah, that's going to hurt your argument, which by the way, I don't think there even is one. I think LeBron James is a tremendous basketball player. He is an all-time great, but he is, not only do I not think he is the greatest of all time, I don't think it's particularly close. I never thought it was close. I thought this whole thing, I've been in sales, and this is literally one of the worst sales jobs I've ever seen, because if something is so self-evident, then you don't have to constantly try to cajole people in order to come over to your way of thinking. And I forget, it's truly an exercise in propaganda. And I forget who said it, and I'm not going to look it up. They say if you say the lie loud enough and long enough, eventually people believe it. And that's what this whole LeBron GOAT argument really is. I had to get that out of the way, but I digress. And think about it, you play for 20, 23, 24 years, you only win 4 championships, and what if you get to another finals or multiple finals and you lose those? So potentially you could be 4-7, 4-8 in the championship rounds. And then he raised another good point. The coach you bring in, here it is. You got rid of a coach in Darvin Ham, who took a team that won 33 games the year before and helped them get to the Western Conference Finals. They won that exhibition tournament. They got back to the playoffs, and they were actually very competitive with the defending champions, and at least got a game this year, but that wasn't good enough, and so they got rid of them. So if the coach you bring in does not at least do any of those things, then you've taken a step back, and now who are you going to blame then? And I have to agree, he's right on with his assessment on that. He also talked about expectations, which I find ironic, because one, these expectations are part of the reason they're here is because, one, the player in question, LeBron James, has run around to anyone who will listen to try to convince them that he's the best ever. And when you say that, then there are not only expectations to do GOAT things, but it's ironic coming from Perkins talking about expectations, and as a member of the media, he is part of the reason those expectations are there, because they have helped perpetuate this I don't want to say myth, but this stance that he's entitled to compete every single year, that he's supposed to be in the championship mention, and that's why you get all the talk of having to add this superstar, this player here, this coach there. and all of those types of things. So it's not lost on me that he's calling it out when he himself has helped to build that narrative and the environment surrounding him. I just find that ironic. But it's just funny that he would come out and make these statements. I wonder if like I said earlier, if those clutch checks are coming up a little short. Maybe they downgraded their media package to level 1 or something. I don't know. But like I said, I don't want to ramble on for too long about this. So what do you think of the comments of Kendrick Perkins? Do you agree with what he had to say? Do you think that as LeBron James continues to play, that while he'll likely put up good numbers, if he's not winning, it will adversely affect his legacy? It's funny because the people who will probably say no will probably be the same people who will hold the Wizards years against Michael Jordan. But we'll see how that goes. But let us know what you think in the comments section. Let's have a conversation about it. So, once again, thank you for spending a few moments with us. And as always, tell the ones that you love them. Peace.